It was wonderful because we had war all around us.
Amen.
But now, what has happened in the message? The same powers, the same principalities have gained root in the message. The devil has entered into the message and has turned the believers against one another. And the prophet says, as long as you're fighting one another, Satan can rest. Because you're doing his work.
Yeah, that's right.
You're just doing his work. You're helping him do the job. So he can as well rest. And that's what we've got in this message. We have more wars than the Pentecostals have.
That's true.
That's true.
And it's because people are not maturing. The Pentecostals at the time they had wars just after coming out of denominations. Because when Pentecost started, they were not a denomination. They were free groups.
Amen.
They stood alone. They stood only on the word. But time came that, it happens in every move that God starts. Right after the apostles, those who came after them started to relax. Always comes up. And that's the same thing which happened to the message. The first generation had a lot of zeal. There was a lot of praying.
Amen.
A lot of studying of the message.
Amen.
We didn't have all the equipment that are there now.
Yes.
Now you see somebody can just flick onto the computer and he has everything at his fingertips. We would just hold on to one book or two message books, and that's all you had. And you would comb through it and comb through it and comb through it, and you want to see it alive in your life.
Amen.
That's true.
But now it's been made so easy. So easy. That the devil takes the same good things that you should have used for the glory of God in your life, turns it right around, and it works for your destruction.
Yeah. That's true.
Because we don't have time to read the books.
That's true.
Well, if I want to hear the prophet, I can go to the computer and put it on. I can read my message on computer, which I wonder whether people even read the messages on the computer. We go to computer most of the times, even preachers, we become so lazy, I wonder someone, I go to the computer, I get a topic and go, and then everything. That computer has no revelation. And if it's not revealed, I don't care how much the computer will put the quotes for you. It won't bring the revelation.
That's true. Amen.
You have got to get into the presence of the Lord.
That's right.
The devil will use just these things. The things that would have been for good. You see? When we come over to America, we find, oh my, you Americans have everything. Almost everything you need. You don't have to walk. You just go outside there, and there is the vehicle, and you go. You are driving here or driving there, or somebody will give you a ride, and you don't have to struggle. Sisters don't have to struggle much with washing the dishes. Well, you've got dishwashers, and you've got this, and you've got that, and you don't have to go struggling to wash clothes. You just put it in the washing machine, and everything is being done. But at what price? If I've found a continent with sick people, it's America. Sicknesses that we don't dream about in Kenya. Heart disease. Heart disease for what? Diabetes. Even in Kenya we call those ones sicknesses of the rich. How How do you get diabetes? Because there is too much blood sugar. It only shows you are not using that sugar in the body. That's why you're becoming diabetic. How do you get obese? Because you're not using what you're eating. There is so much food and so little work that, well, obesity sets in. That's the cost of wealth. But look at it in a different way. Prayer alone could help you a lot. Just prayer. If you are praying Christian, and when I'm talking about prayer, I'm talking about wrestling.
Yes.
Because, oh my, the Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Amen.
Prayer is wrestling. Wrestling with powers. Wrestling with principalities. The Bible says when you start to pray, you feel that something is blocking you up here. It says that is the fifth dimension. That's the world of demon powers. That's hell. It's blocking your prayer. And many people, when they reach that point, they don't feel like praying anymore. Because they say, brother, prayer has become so hard. Because you try and you don't feel you're penetrating. Why? Because the powers of darkness are blocking you. But the prophet says, you go to pray on. Pray until you penetrate that. It's just like firing the rocket. You want it to go out into the universe. What does it do? The first thing, you've got to break the Earth's gravitational pull. You've got to go beyond where it can be pulled back. And then it will float on and on and on. And when a man really prays, when a woman really prays, and you break through all those dimensions of demon powers, and you go beyond them,
Amen.
you get into eternity. You get into the power flow of God's own quickening power. When it's easier to continue praying than to stop praying.
Oh my.
The prophet says your real time of prayer is not when we come to church. That's not the real time. We just pray for this and short prayers.
Yes.
Say your real time of prayer is in the night.
Amen.
When you can pray without anybody disturbing you, without being limited. You can go on.
Amen.
Can go on as long as you want.
Amen.
See? You know, sometimes people talk to me, say, oh, Brother Peter, pray for me. I have a sleepless night. Somebody came to me, said, brother, I have sleepless nights. Pray for me so that I can sleep. I say, I won't pray for you to sleep. I know the easiest way to put you to sleep.
Amen.
Pray.
Amen.
Right.
You just try that. The devil will make sure you sleep. Have you ever found that out?
Yes.
You try to pray or read a message book or read the Bible, you'll find you're sleeping. Is that right?
Right.
So I am not going to pray for you to sleep. I'm going to pray for you to keep awake so that you can pray.
Amen.
Amen.
It's easier to sleep than to pray.
Amen.
So if you find that you find it very hard to sleep, blessed are you.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
Blessed are you.
Amen.
It used to bother me also. There was a time I used to struggle to sleep. Because of the ministry or I don't know what. I only sleep 3 hours in a night. It doesn't matter when I sleep, I'll be awake in 3 hours time. And I can try to go back to sleep, but if I don't just wake up and pray, I won't sleep. So all the time, normally when I find, if I go to sleep around 11 and I'm up around 2 o'clock, there's nobody to disturb me, brother.
Amen.
The wife is asleep, the children are asleep, everybody is asleep, everything is peaceful, everything is quiet. I can